God's chosen one. Tonight is not an ordinary night. This is a night marked in heaven's calendar, a night when the unseen hand of God moves silently yet powerfully to shift your entire path. For so long you have walked a road that felt uncertain. You have endured seasons of delay, moments where prayers seemed unanswered, and trials that tested your very soul. Yet tonight, something divine is unfolding. The hidden hand of heaven is at work. This hand is not seen with natural eyes. It does not announce itself with noise. It moves quietly, like the wind that cannot be caught, yet changes the course of everything it touches. Tonight, heaven's hand is positioning you for the shift you did not see coming. Some of you have felt stuck. The doors you knocked on remained closed. The opportunities you waited for never seemed to appear. But remember this, when the hidden hand moves, it overrides human resistance. It breaks invisible chains. It realigns every step you take with the purpose ordained from the beginning of time. You may not realize it yet, but tonight marks a turning point. What once worked against you will begin to work for you. The setbacks that delayed you will suddenly make sense as part of a greater preparation. The mistakes of yesterday will be turned into testimonies for tomorrow. The hand of God, hidden yet mighty, is shifting your path into destiny. God's chosen one. When heaven declares a shift, nothing on earth can resist it. Tonight, the hidden hand of God is not only moving in silence, but it is also rewriting the chapters of your journey. Every delay that made you question, every closed door that left you in tears, every betrayal that broke your heart, tonight they are being woven together into a tapestry of destiny. Do not mistake the silence of God for his absence. The hidden hand works best in the shadows, where human eyes cannot perceive and human plans cannot interfere. While you thought nothing was happening, heaven was rearranging everything on your behalf. Tonight marks the unveiling of that invisible work. Some of you have carried heavy burdens, praying for answers that seemed so far away. You wondered, has God forgotten me? But hear this clearly. The very fact that you are still standing is proof that his hand has been carrying you all along. You were not forgotten. You were hidden. And what is hidden by God is always preserved for a greater revelation. The shift happening tonight is not random. It has been appointed. There are seasons in your life that prepare you, and then there are divine moments that launch you. Tonight is one of those launching moments. It is the night where delay gives way to acceleration, where confusion gives way to clarity, where weakness gives way to supernatural strength. God's chosen one. Expect doors to open that you did not even knock on. Expect connections to come that you did not chase. Expect opportunities to align that you never imagined. This is the work of the hidden hand, to bring sudden realignments that place you exactly where you need to be. Yet with this shift comes responsibility. Heaven does not open doors for you to stand still. It opens them for you to walk through boldly. You cannot shrink back now. You cannot let fear rob you of the divine setup unfolding in your life. Tonight requires faith. Tonight requires courage. And tonight requires obedience. Listen carefully. The enemy will try to confuse you at the very moment of breakthrough. He will whisper lies. This is too good to be true. You are not worthy. This is not for you. Do not listen. Every lie of the enemy is designed to keep you from stepping into what God has prepared. Recognize the deception, silence the voice of fear, and move forward. You may ask, how will I know it's truly God shifting my path? You will know by the peace that surpasses understanding, by the doors that open without manipulation, and by the signs that confirm themselves repeatedly. The hidden hand leaves fingerprints of grace that cannot be denied. Watch closely, for the signs are already around you. Remember this, destiny is not a straight road. It is often a path of twists and turns, of valleys and mountaintops. But when the hidden hand shifts your direction, even what looked like detours are revealed to be divine shortcuts. Tonight is the moment where what looked like wasted years are redeemed, and what looked like loss becomes the foundation of your greatest gain. God's chosen one. This night is sacred. Do not take it lightly. Heaven is moving. The question is, will you align your heart, your faith, and your steps with the movement of God? If you do, then tonight will not just be another evening. It will be remembered as the night your path shifted forever. God's chosen one. As we come to the closing movement of this prophetic message, hear this clearly. Tonight is not just a night of announcement. It is a night of fulfillment. The hidden hand of heaven is not only setting things in motion, but is bringing to completion the promises spoken over your life. For years, perhaps decades, the word of heaven hovered over you. It felt near, yet not fully manifested. You prayed, you fasted, you believed, and you held on even when the evidence was thin. Heaven says, this is the night where the waiting ends and the manifestation begins. Your path is shifting, and with this shift comes acceleration. Where progress was once slow, it will suddenly move fast. Where doors were locked, they will swing wide. Where the enemy sought to trap you, you will now run freely. The hand that was hidden is guiding you out of captivity and into liberty. Imagine a river that has been dammed for years. Pressure has been building behind it. At the right time, the barrier breaks, and the waters rush forth with unstoppable force. That is your life tonight. The years of pressure, the years of holding back, the years of waiting, they now burst forth into a season of unstoppable flow. But remember, this shift is not just about personal comfort or blessing. It is about divine assignment. Heaven is shifting your path so you can step fully into your calling. You are not chosen just to receive. You are chosen to impact. The nations, the people around you, the ones who will hear your story. They will see the mark of heaven on your life. God's chosen one. Tonight is the handover. Heaven is releasing what has been withheld. Every area where you faced lack, heaven is sending supply. Every space where you faced rejection, heaven is bringing acceptance. Every season where you felt invisible, heaven is placing you in visibility. The hidden hand is now making you a visible vessel of glory. And let me speak prophetically, within the next 7 days, you will see undeniable evidence. A phone call, a message, an opportunity, a breakthrough. Something will align that confirms this word. You will not have to strive for it. The hidden hand will orchestrate it. Stay humble, stay obedient, stay ready. Because the shift is not just one night. It is the beginning of a new path that will unfold step by step. Tonight, heaven initiates it, but tomorrow and the days after, you must walk in it with boldness. Do not fear the unknown. Do not cling to the old path. The reason some doors closed is because they were not part of your destiny. The reason some relationships ended is because they could not go where God is taking you. The reason some opportunities failed is because they would have delayed your true calling. Now the path is clear. Now the shift is undeniable. Now the hidden hand of heaven is guiding you. And so, God's chosen one, lift up your head tonight. Breathe in the new air of freedom. Step boldly into the new chapter. For the hidden hand has moved, and your entire path has been shifted forever. This is the fulfillment. This is the shift. This is your moment. Walk in it with faith, and nothing will ever be the same again. God's chosen one. This week your destiny will collide with a breakthrough. No one expected God's chosen one. This week your destiny will collide with a breakthrough. No one expected God's chosen one. Hear this word with your spirit wide awake. This message is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment. Heaven has marked you for this moment, and every breath you take right now is proof that your destiny is unfolding. You are not here by mistake. You are here because the hand of the Almighty has called you out, separated you, and declared, you are chosen. God's chosen one. This week carries a weight unlike any other. The heavens have aligned, and the hour has been marked in eternity. What you have been waiting for, what you have been praying for, is no longer in delay. The prophetic clock has struck, and this is the week where your destiny collides with the breakthrough no one expected. Do not take these days lightly, for every step you take now is ordered by the Spirit. God's chosen one. There is a collision taking place in the unseen realm. The forces of heaven are moving, and the barriers that once resisted you are trembling. What the enemy planned for your downfall is being overturned, and what seemed impossible is being rewritten in your favor. This collision is not chaos. It is destiny aligning. The unseen hand of God is arranging meetings, opportunities, and divine connections that you could never orchestrate on your own. God's chosen one. Understand this. Nothing you have faced was wasted. Every delay, every disappointment, every closed door was part of a divine setup. Heaven was not denying you. Heaven was preparing you. The trials shaped your endurance. The silence sharpened your hearing, and the waiting positioned your heart for what is about to be released. This week is not random. It is the unfolding of a script written by the hand of God long before you were born. God's chosen one. The test you endured was not designed to break you, but to reveal you. Every sleepless night, every silent tear, every battle in your mind was part of the refining fire. Heaven allowed the wait so that your spirit could grow stronger, your vision could become clearer, and your faith could be proven unshakable. You did not quit when the pressure was greatest, and that is why this breakthrough has been reserved for you. The test was evidence of your calling, and your endurance is proof that you are ready for what is next. God's chosen one. You have reached the breaking point, not the place of defeat, but the threshold of release. The pressure that felt unbearable was the final push before the shift. Just as the darkest hour comes before the dawn, the heaviest battle comes before the greatest victory. At this breaking point, the chains that held you are snapping, and the doors that resisted you are swinging open. Do not fear this shaking, for it is the sound of your prison walls collapsing. What once confined you can no longer contain you. God's chosen one, the breakthrough that is arriving will not come from where you expected. It will not be the door you kept knocking on, nor the path you tried to force open. Heaven has written a surprise into your story. The breakthrough will emerge suddenly, in a way that no one around you could have predicted. This is how you will know it is divine, because it will not make sense in the natural, yet it will fit perfectly in the supernatural. Prepare yourself, for the very thing you thought was lost is about to return multiplied, and what you thought was denied is about to be delivered. God's chosen one, when the breakthrough comes, it will not arrive in silence. Heaven always confirms what it has spoken. You will begin to notice signs around you, unexpected favor from people you barely know, doors opening that had long been shut, and a peace that surpasses all understanding filling your heart. Dreams, visions, and even small whispers in your spirit will align with what has been promised. Do not dismiss these confirmations as coincidences. They are heaven's fingerprints upon your destiny. Each sign is a reminder that you are walking in the path prepared for you. God's chosen one. What is unfolding in your life carries heaven's seal of approval. You are not moving under human permission. You are moving under divine authorization. When heaven endorses you, no earthly authority can discredit you. No opposition can overturn what has been decreed. The hand of the Almighty has written your name in places you have not yet entered, and His favor has gone ahead of you. This endorsement is not temporary. It is eternal. You are stepping into assignments that will reveal to the world that you were not just called, but chosen and approved by God Himself. God's chosen one. Be warned. Doubt is the enemy's sharpest weapon against your breakthrough. If he cannot chain your hand, he will attempt to cloud your mind. Doubt whispers that you are unworthy, that the promise was never meant for you, that nothing will change, but these are lies forged in the pit of despair. Heaven has already spoken, and what heaven decrees cannot be revoked. Do not give room to doubt, for it seeks only to delay and distract. Guard your thoughts, stand firm in faith, and let no shadow of unbelief rob you of the promise that is already unfolding. God's chosen one, in this crucial hour you must remain spiritually alert. Do not drift into distraction, for the moment of breakthrough requires a watchful spirit. Guard your heart in prayer, sharpen your discernment through the Word, and listen closely for the gentle whisper of the Spirit. Pay attention to the small details, for often heaven hides great instructions in what seems ordinary. Stay awake, stay sensitive, and stay ready, for the opportunity that changes everything will not announce itself loudly. It will appear suddenly, and only those who are alert will seize it. God's chosen one. Understand this. Right before the moment of breakthrough, the enemy always releases his final attempt to stop you. He cannot steal your calling, but he will try to weaken your faith, distract your focus, and stir confusion around you. This is the last shaking before the shift. Do not fear the sudden storms or unexpected resistance. The enemy's attack is not a sign of your failure. It is proof that you are on the edge of victory. Stand firm, remain unshaken, and know that heaven's power is greater than every scheme formed against you. God's chosen one. Faith is the key that unlocks the breakthrough waiting for you. Without faith, even the greatest promise can remain hidden. With faith, even the smallest step can open doors no man can shut. Your faith is not blind. It is anchored in the character of God, who has never failed. This is the moment to speak life over your situation, to declare victory before you see it, and to trust the unseen hand of heaven working on your behalf. Hold fast to faith, for it is the bridge that carries you from waiting into fulfillment. God's chosen one, as your faith holds firm, heaven is preparing to release favor upon your life. This favor is not earned by effort, but granted by divine appointment. It will cause doors to open that no resume or connection could unlock. It will bring people into your path who are assigned to help carry you into your next season. Favor will silence opposition and magnify your voice in places you were once overlooked. Get ready, for the release of favor is the evidence that your waiting season has ended and the time of divine acceleration has begun. God's chosen one. The release of favor ushers in a divine shift in your destiny. This is the turning point where what once resisted you now begins to align with you. The closed doors of the past will no longer define your future. Paths that seemed blocked will suddenly open, and burdens that once weighed you down will lift. This shift is not just about personal gain, but about positioning you for a greater purpose. Heaven is realigning your steps so that every delay, every trial, and every battle now serves as proof that you were chosen for such a time as this. God's chosen one. When destiny shifts, it requires boldness to step fully into what heaven has prepared. This is not the time to shrink back in fear or doubt. Boldness is the proof that you trust the one who called you. Walk with courage into the places that once intimidated you. Speak with authority where your voice was once silenced. Move forward with confidence, knowing that the same God who opened the door will sustain you inside it. This is your call to boldness, to rise, to act, and to claim the inheritance set aside for you. God's chosen one. This is the hour when the promise begins to manifest. What you prayed for in secret will now be revealed in the open. The tears you sowed have watered the harvest that is ready to be gathered. Every delay was preparation, and every battle was positioning you for this very moment. The fulfillment of the promise is not only about your blessing, it is about God showing His faithfulness to the world through your life. Stand in awe, for the season of waiting is over. The promise spoken long ago has now come alive before your very eyes.